not waste a lot of your time and possibly invite Mr. Chinogara, who is going to talk on personal effectiveness. But let me just run through his profile. He is actually a chartered marketer with a BBA, Marketing Management, and a member of the Institute of Marketing Management. Indeed, he is a practicing professional strategic thinker. Currently, he is actually head of marketing and communication for Mount Choice Zimbabwe, which is DST, and he has headed quite a number of institutions in the banking industry. And at this point in time, let me welcome Ms. Noga to the podium. Thank you.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I think I've got one of the most simple presentations. All protocol observed. I think for me, the medium-term plan is focusing on you. What role you play in individual to see to it that we achieve where we are heading. I'll just start by throwing what I would call a food for thought question. Everybody, I like the ladies, especially the ladies. You will put on necklaces, those chains. Have you ever pulled your necklace before? Any necklace? Then pulling it hard, what happens? If you pull it at what? It breaks, right? So the strength of a chain is its weakest link. So what I'm focusing on really is on the personal effectiveness is the ingredient that I confident you will require for us to be able to take this country to a whole new other level. One of the things that I want just give an example, because I can see that the house is full of ladies. Anyone who's married, why did you marry the person that you're calling your husband? Chances are, if I want to be a fortune teller or if I try to read between the lines, he was very effective when he was quoting you. He was very good at that. But maybe he was not as effective on making money as he thought he would. The guy who was less effective maybe in quoting you, if he had maybe 3 guys who were chasing you, maybe one of them is now pumping the new A600 into your guy is pumping the 121, but he was very good in approaching you. Personal effectiveness is very good in that. What is personal effectiveness? I just want to demonstrate to you that personal effectiveness, if you apply it in all facets of your life, it is a very powerful tool that can enable you to make a difference in life. I think one of the most important things that I want to realize as an individual is the barriers that we have to life are not physical, but they are barriers of the mind. And the content that I'm going to take you through, I believe, will be able to take away those barriers and enable you to unlock and unleash your potential. What is personal effectiveness? Making the most and all personal resources at your disposal. Our personal talents. You find each one of us, we've been endowed by the Almighty God with exceptional talents. But most of us will never get to the core of using or deploying them or applying them. I'll give you another example. There are people who would have wanted to come and participate in this conference. But why they didn't come is because they failed to apply themselves in their workplace. I don't know how you engage your principals or your bosses for you to be able to come to this place. But I'll give you an example. Personal effectiveness is having clarity on exactly what you want to achieve, when you want to achieve it, and how you want to achieve it. Another person who could have seen the advice from IAC about this conference, they have went to their boss and said, if it is okay with you, may I please attend this course? And what response do you usually get? You see now. So personal effectiveness is about being assertive. So when it comes to applying or using the method at your disposal, it's important to know your personal talents as an individual. It's also important to have energy, because they say that enthusiasm is contagious. You can actually start an epidemic with it. And if you are on fire with enthusiasm, people will come from miles to watch you burn. So it's very important to have energy. Then, at time relative to what's most important to you. So you've got to understand that one of the most indispensable resources that you've got in your hands is time. How you use your time. And I can guarantee you at this point in time, you're effectively using your time. Then we go to other point. It is like money management or investment. We want to get the best return on our resources. I think one of the most sad stories on earth is about the graveyard. Why it's so sad? Because there are a lot of talents that were never discovered. There are a lot of books that were never written. There are a lot of songs that were never sung. So don't be one of those people who will be a victim of the graveyard, who will just tiptoe through life and be a thief of oxygen and not do anything on your own. Importance of personal effectiveness. Why is it important? Why is it important? I told you about addressing the you. Yes, not about. When you are pointing at someone to say that they are responsible for your demise, remember that it's only one finger that is pointing at that person and 3 fingers are pointing at you. So you are responsible for your own demise.
You are addressing that slide.
Just because of my slide. Improves personal performance. Personal effectiveness improves personal performance. Very important for the workplace. Because if you perform exceptionally good, you find that the sky will be the limit on what you will get in your life. Leads to success in career development. Leads to success on career development. Effective time management. Time management is very important in life. Because you find the only commodity that you use to trade and get what you want in life is time. So how you effectively use your time is very important. And time management precedes life management. You will never be organized in your life if you are not able to let go of your time. So it's very important for you to know that personal effectiveness will give you the ability to be an effective time manager. Recognition and reward. All of us in life want to be recognized and rewarded. But if you are not organized, a telltale sign of a disorganized person is a person who does not have personal effectiveness. So it's very important for you to know that if you want to be rewarded in life, you've got to be effective in what you do. Then unleashes your potential. The only way you'll be able to deploy the resources and talents that you've got is through personal effectiveness. Then effective prioritizing. I think in life there's nothing as useless as doing something that ought not to be done. One of the greatest challenges we've got in people's offices is that they major on minor things. They leave the major things for last minute and spend a lot of time doing those things that are not important. You know what is called the Pareto's 80-20 rule? It just states that you've got to spend 20% of your time on things that will give you 80% of your results. But a lot of people, they spend 80% of their time on things that give them 20% of the results. So personal effectiveness is knowing what to do and when to do it and why you are doing it and the results that you would expect to see. I like my former colleague, he quoted Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn was an exceptional guru, now he's late when it comes to issue of personal development. He said the measurement of human skills is the results, not explanation, not justification, not excuses, results. And if your results today are less than what your potential deems, then you've got to start striving today to become more than you were yesterday. So what am I saying? The measure of human progress is the results. And there's another statement that I love. When you're in school, your performance is measured by your report card. But when you are in life, your performance is measured by your financial statement. How to improve personal effectiveness of communication? Develop ability to think clearly and logically. Clearly and logically. I've given you an example when I started doing my presentation to say that some of the people who failed to come is because they're not quite clear to their bosses on their intentions. And you find logic does not need to be overqualified, logic does not need to be intelligent. Logic is the basic common sense. So you find if you are thinking clear, your organizational thought enables you to communicate effectively. You don't send letters of the alphabet to your friends and expect them to construct the sentence that you want to say to them. You've got to be very clear. Present ideas effectively and in a manner understandable. I think one of the most unfortunate things is, in life, I'll give you an example, I'm married. If I ask my wife that, is there a problem with what I've done? If she says no, most likely there's a problem. You see, so at the end of the day, one of the most important things in life is if you want to achieve success and you want to do great things, you've got to be very clear when you're presenting yourself. I think one of the most unfortunate things is sometimes as an individual, you have never really sat down to write down your goals, the things that you want to see in life. Because based on the things that you want to see in life, that is your vision and your goals that you are targeting, you can then have clarity on how you're going to achieve those goals. The unfortunate thing, I like the words that the former president said about the lack of a vision when people perish. You find if you go to a small place, I'll give you an example of a place like maybe AVA Nyang. If you go in the villages that are close by, if you ask for a particular surname of a person who stays in that area, chances are the person will actually give you directions of how you get to that house. But if you go to Mbari and ask for a name of a person who stays in Borodale, chances are almost zero that you'll be able to be directed. But if you go in Harare, you'll find that there is a map for you to be able to coordinate to get to where you want to go. But for a place like the rural area or the Crows, they don't need to put anything on a place because on a paper because it's very, very, very easy for you to get your coordinates right. Same with you. If you are carrying your vision in your head, it's very small. If you've got a grand vision, you've got to write it down. So it's a measure of where you are standing in life. And anything that you carry in your head, I can tell you 90% of the time, God does not want to be involved to get it achieved because it's too small for him. Get something that is big that God wants to be part and parcel of it. Being confident, I think it's one of the most important things. In life, a lot of people, we fail to be effective because we lack confidence. And you know, there are two things that were said to be one of the most leading things that people are afraid of. The first one is fear of public speaking. The second one is fear of heights. You know, statistics that were done, it indicated that death rates are about 30 or 40 in a lot of people's lives. But confidence is the ability to present yourself, and you are quite convinced that what you are saying is communicating and expressing your inner feelings. And they say in communicating, before you even say the words, just by your posture and the way your face looks, you can actually convey the message that you want to convey to an individual. I'll give you an example of that gentleman giving instruction to football. He's quite clear on what you want that guy to do. And I can tell you when he was leaving his coach, he knew exactly how he was going to do, how he was going to play his game in the field. So it's very important for you to be confident. If you're not confident in life, unfortunately, it will limit your altitude. How to improve personal effectiveness through management, time management. I've touched on time management. Why time management is so important is I'll give you an example of, let's say your hours are a truck of a train. What you put in that hour is a seed. So what seeds are you putting in the ground each minute God is giving you? What things are you doing that will enable you to achieve your goals? You find there are people who I would call vision terrorists. Why do I call them vision terrorists? Because every time you are with them, by the time they leave you, they will not have added anything positive in your life. If anything, they will have drained you. So at the end of the day, if you want to be effective in your workplace, associate with people who will be able to take you to where you want to go. So don't spend time with people, because there are people who can actually plan your weekend for you if you are not organized. They will phone you on Friday, what are you doing tomorrow? And you say nothing, then they have got quite a good schedule for you. Then when they are dropping you, so tomorrow morning, do you have any other plan? You say no. Before you know, the weekend is gone. And you've lost it, because you find what is called prime time. Prime time is the time that you go to yourself to develop yourself. You find the time that you spend at your employer's place is the time for your employer. But prime time is when you are able to then develop yourself. And unfortunately, a lot of people, they spend their prime time watching other people achieving their goals. That is watching television. So what are you going to do? What things are you going to do when you leave this place that are going to improve your effectiveness? Read something on finance. Read something on marketing. Read something on personal development. Read something on time management. It is those little things that then add up. You know, in life, failure is not an overnight charismatic event, but it's simple errors in judgment repeated on a daily basis. Then we go to understanding the priorities. What is it that you put first in life? If you've got clarity on the things that you put first in life, then it's very easy for you to become effective. But if you don't know what it is that makes the greatest impact in your life, then your life will be of mediocrity. And if you live a life of mediocrity, you know your portion. And your portion is just living the average life. Dare to live a life that makes a difference. A life where when you pass through this place, you will be able to leave a monument and a legacy for those that will come after you. And I think the minister was talking about leaving a legacy for those that are coming after us. Solving problems. I think one of the greatest intriguing things about life is what you get from the world, or the level at which you are rewarded, is a factor or has got a correlation with the problems that you are solving for humanity. So if you look at your purse or your bank account, it can tell you the level of problems that you are solving for humanity. If you are solving small problems where you are not required, they give you very little. But if you solve complex problems, the more you'll be able to get from humanity. And the factor of what type of problems you solve in this complexity is a factor of how enlightened you are as an individual. And enlightenment comes through learning. Fortunately, everyone can access a book and read. How to improve personal effectiveness personality? Are you that type of person in the office? You know, there are guys who, you know, if I go to this person, especially some guys in finance, you go to someone who is spirit before you go and meet the guy. Because his demeanor can actually turn you away. What type of person are you? Personality is very important in life. Not showing sentimental emotions is putting off your face. Do you make frowns or do you make faces when someone is talking to you?